Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for popping on by. So a little recap on what we learned last week. So we learned more about the universe, about the higher power and how we can co-create with the universe, and basically how we are in control of everything in our lives. When we choose to change what's inside of us, it's going to allow so many other things to come into our lives using the law of attraction, right? Because like attracts like. So we want to be the person that we want to attract into our life. And we talked about your thoughts and how everything inside your head translates into your actions. So to talk more about your thoughts. So basically we have two types of thoughts, okay? We have conscious thoughts and we have subconscious thoughts. Your conscious thoughts are those things that are happening right now and you're choosing to make that decision. Your subconscious thoughts are all those, it's basically like a computer program, okay? So you have two programs, your conscious and your subconscious. Your subconscious is actually the larger of the two programs. And it's like a computer program. When you're there on your laptop, there's so many things firing away in the background and you don't even know they're happening, right? So that's what your subconscious is. And a lot of thoughts and beliefs that are in your subconscious, they were formed so many years ago, back when we were young and back when we were growing up and back when we were a product of our environment and back before we knew that we can choose to change how our future ends up, right? Like we are right now in this present moment, we are connecting all the dots for who our future self is going to be. So when it comes to the conscious and the subconscious, we're going to work on the subconscious, right? So you might be thinking like, man, if I don't even know what the heck's going on in that program, how am I supposed to change it? Don't worry, guys. Trust me, I got you on this one. But that's what we're actually going to work to change in this YouTube channel is those subconscious thoughts that are constantly working in the background. And I'm going to show you a really cool tool today that you're going to work on this week to help you to get more present. And I do have some notes here because I am here showing up as my imperfectly perfect self, just like you guys are too. So I am, if I look down, I'm just checking my notes because I do want to make sure that I get all of this, this content in for you guys. So you guys made your list last week. You guys made a list of things that you don't want in your life and things that you do want in your life. And that list of don't wants, that you don't want to take too much time on. You want to really focus on what you do want. We want to starve out all those things that we don't want and really focus on what we do want. Because if you do not have a target, then how the heck do you expect to hit that target? You're never going to accomplish any goals in life, anything that you're setting out, if you don't know what the heck you're shooting for, right? So when it comes to that, there's two things that you must master. So the first one is peak performance. And when it comes to peak performance, I actually have another YouTube video on this that you can go check out. It says how to be a peak performer. And with that, like, it's not even just like holding yourself to a high standard. It's about living into the potential that you have as a human being. You can literally be, do, or have anything that you choose to have in life, but you need to put in the work. You need to grind it out. You need to never take failure as an option. You need to take it as a learning experience. And that's why you're here, because you want to learn. You're eager to grow. You're eager to step into that person that you were designed to be. So you want to become that peak performer so that you can take all the actions that you need to be successful in this lifetime, so that you can feel fulfilled, feel more happy with what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. And the second one is presence. And can we agree that in the present moment, that's where all of the magic happens, right? That's where we can consciously choose yes or no to something. That's where we can consciously be aware of what's going on in our bodies, be consciously aware of our emotions, be consciously aware of the thoughts that are going on in our head. And with that, I'm going to teach you the 3-step process. Dun, dun, dun. So what the 3-step process is, guys, is it's a very simple tool that you guys can be using on a day-to-day basis to get in control of your thoughts. Just to be aware. This is not to correct anything. It's just to become aware of the thoughts that are going on in your head. Because how many times have we had something happen in our day and it puts you into a bad mood, and that bad mood continues on for the rest of the day? And you might not even realize it, but you're just in a crummy mood, right? Like this is just your subconscious keeping you in that mood. You don't even know what's happening, but you're just in that mood. So this is going to make you aware so that eventually down the road, I can teach you how to change that and then shift your mood into that positive. And we'll be talking about that more later on as well. So with the 3-step process, you are going to you can download the Mind Jogger app, or you can do something simple like put your bracelet on a different wrist. You know, when you do that, like you notice it like all the time. You're like, man, this feels so weird. Like your body is in such a comfort zone that you change one thing or shift your ring to a different finger. Like that, it just throws you off so much. So you're going to notice it. And the whole point of this is you're going to be checking in with yourself minimum 10 times per day, random times. Okay, so that's where the Mind Jogger app comes in. I think the Mind Jogger app you can get in the App Store. It's a couple dollars, but it's totally worth it. If you have your phone in front of you all the time, you work at a desk, something like that, then the app is an amazing way to do it. If you are somewhere where you don't have your phone with you, then you can easily switch your bracelet onto a different hand, put your ring on a different finger, something that's going to trigger you to do the 3-step process. And what the 3-step process looks like is the first step is just acknowledging. So it's just saying to yourself, there it is. That's not me. That's my program. So you're just acknowledging the fact that the emotion that you're feeling is just your program running in the background. So whether it's a positive experience that you're experiencing or a negative experience, it's all because of that program that you were pre-programmed into. And another key thing to note is that that program is just there to protect you. And everything that's happened in our past, like whether somebody bullied you on the schoolyard, that's still in there. Whether you consciously remember it or not, it's still in there. So it's going to hold you back into your comfort zone to try to keep you safe from getting out of your comfort zone, to have people there that are maybe going to judge you. Or maybe there's like so many situations like that you happened in your past. So there's like fear of judgment. You can be scared of so many different things, and it's all just based off of things that happened in your past. And so just realizing that it's just there to protect you makes it so that you can be easier on yourself, right? Like we're so hard on ourselves. So it's just about being easy on ourselves, recognizing it, not putting any emphasis on it. We don't want to, even if it's a negative feeling, we don't want to sit there in that negative feeling, be like, oh, why am I feeling this? Like analyzing it, because you're feeding what you don't want at that point, right? We want to starve out what we don't want. So we're acknowledging it. There it is. That's not me. That's my program. Number 2. So it feels like this, or I feel it here and it feels like this. So I feel it in my chest and it feels like heaviness. So you're going to say the location and what it feels like, just so that you become aware of it. The whole thing with this is just becoming aware of exactly what's going on in your body. And then the 3rd step is saying, thank you for releasing this. I love you. I love you. I love you. And you're always going to be sending love to yourself, because you know that your program that you have running in the background is just there to protect you guys. It's just there to protect you. So you're going to thank it for releasing it. Say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And you can either say thank you for releasing it if it's a negative thing, or thank you for expressing this if it's a positive thing. Because you want to feed what you do want. So if it's a positive thing, you want to embrace that. Kind of like when you have a puppy, a brand new puppy, and it like pees outside for the very first time. You have like a huge party for that puppy because he just peed outside, right? So when you're having those good feelings, like you need to celebrate those good feelings. So thank you for expressing that. I love you. I love you. I love you. And another thing that I want to touch on, the 3-step process can also be used for other people. And I found this a huge, huge thing when I first learned this, because a lot of people do things and sometimes they're just mean, right? Like they're just mean and you're like, man, what the heck did I do to deserve that? But it's not even them. It's just their program too. They're just a product of their environment. You don't know the situation that they've been through. You don't know what kind of day they had previous to this interaction. You don't know anything about them. So don't judge them. Just know that that's just their program running in the background. And then it just gives you permission to not get angry about anything. Because you just know that everybody's just running based on this frickin' program from way back in the day. But the cool thing is that you being here, you're going to be able to change that program. So just to go over that again. So you're going to say, there it is. That's not me. That's my program. I feel it here. It feels like this. So I feel it in my chest. It feels like heaviness. Thank you for releasing that. I love you. I love you. I love you. And every single time that you notice that your bracelet's on the wrong wrist and you feel weird about it, or that Mind Jogger app goes off, you're going to check in with yourself. And then, so you can also use that for other people, like I said. So that is your homework for the very first week. And make sure that you're really sticking with this, because the very first way, the only way that you can really change your thoughts is if you start becoming aware of them. And like I said, if it's your subconscious mind, you aren't even going to be aware of it. So using this tool, you're going to start becoming aware of the feelings, and then you're eventually going to be able to start correcting them before it starts taking over and becoming hours and days of this negativity. You're going to be able to cut it off because you're going to be so aware, and you are going to be able to reprogram that unconscious mind that you have going on and get it working for you. So that's the whole goal with this, is we want that unconscious mind working for you so that you can start living your ideal life. So that is that for this week. If you haven't requested to be a part of the Facebook group, you can go down below and go into the Facebook group. And in there, you're going to have access to everything firsthand. You're going to have the community there, which this is all about building a community of like-minded, positive people. So that's a safe space that you can go. You can ask me questions, anything like that. But in there, I'm going to be putting this video, and I'm also going to be putting questions for deeper exploration. So you can go into there and you can go into the unit section and find those questions so that you can ask yourself some deeper questions and do those. And then next week, on Monday, we are going to be talking about releasing negativity and fear. How many of you guys can do with releasing some negativity and fear in your life? Heck yes, we all can. It's always a work in progress, right? And then also, so changes that we can make to support our new identity. So getting rid of that negativity and fear, environment, people, so many things we can change to really set ourselves up for success. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in this week. And I can't wait to see you in on the Facebook group and be able to interact with you guys. And if you find value in this, please share it out. This is all about the ripple effect. I want to help as many people as I possibly can start living into their ideal life and start just feeling better with themselves, be happier, and just being a better human being. Because once we start working on ourselves and we start shifting what's going on internally, it's going to change so many people's lives around us. So even if you're changing one person's life or one person's day, one person's moment, that is a win. So please share this out. Make sure that you are having the most epic week. Really take the time to dig deep into this 3-step process. And I'm so excited to hear your feedback as to the stuff that comes up when you start checking in with yourself, because it's going to be quite the eye-opener how many thoughts you have going on in a day that you aren't even consciously aware of. So have an amazing week, guys. Make somebody's day special and make sure that you're taking care of yourself this week. And I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys.